It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots under the lights on Sunday night.
Just a beautiful fall night for football here in the Northeast as we are inside Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, taking on the New England Patriots. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis back with you. And Charles, for years, a trip to Foxborough quite often led to a loss for opposing teams. But the Patriots have been, in essence, a 500 team since the departure of TB12 3 years ago.
And things have switched because they are a defense-led team. And that's what's kept them in most games. Their key, can they get more explosive on offense and truly establish who their QB1 is?
And then for the visiting Chiefs, what a year it was. A third Super Bowl appearance in 4 years, a second title, and it's definitely the MVP, Patrick Mahomes, that makes it all go.
And just watching his development, his maturity over the years as a starting quarterback, we know about the gifts, we know about the talent, but now you add in the mental side of the game, and he controls every aspect for Kansas City.
Now the kicker, Chad Ryland, has this one teed up, and we are underway. Off we go in Foxborough. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here come the defending champs, led out by the reigning MVP of the National Football League, a two-time winner now in Patrick Mahomes.
There's nothing the league's best quarterback didn't achieve last season. Super Bowl trophy? Check. MVP award? Check. League leader in yards and touchdowns? Check. How does he top the season he had last year? I don't know. But Patrick Mahomes, he usually finds a way.
Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
On first down, Mahomes. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Obviously, slowing down Mahomes, going to be a tall order. He gets the completion there, but what do defenses need to try to do against him?
Well, as we saw in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, their number one goal was to get him to 3rd down and long situations. Not 3rd and manageable, meaning 3rd and 4 or less, but 3rd and 7 or more. There were plenty of those situations because now you can unleash your pass rushers. And if you can get that going, get him pressured in the pocket, get him on the move, use those 7 behind him to cover, that's how you can play Patrick Mahomes the best, I believe.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And again, it's Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
A good rip by Pacheco, and you have to go back to 1990 with Johnny Johnson with the Cardinals to find a rookie 7th rounder with more rushing yards than he had last season. The 251st pick out of Rutgers took over the KC backfield with 830 yards in 2022.
Man, we've got an injured player, and that's Travis Kelce, who appears to be in a bit of discomfort. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. Mahomes now to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that's one way you take away a 1st down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, forced the incompletion.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now here's Mahomes. He's got it. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. This is caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Butker's kick here is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And no return from Montgomery. Bring it out to the 25. The Patriots offense set to go to work with Mac Jones at quarterback in his 3rd season now out of Alabama.
It was a much rockier season for Jones in his 2nd year, and he even had to survive a brief challenge to his starting job. This is a big campaign for the former Rookie of the Year runner-up. He wants to get back to Pro Bowl form in this one.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10. at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Short pass caught by Henry, and he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing, Jones. Pass on the out route caught by Smith-Schuster. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Here comes third and the length of the football. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Jones. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Up the middle. Here's Stevenson. Fights off the defender.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They run once more with Stevenson. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Jones now throwing on 1st down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 35-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jones. He finds Parker. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Second and a couple. Back to throw. Jones. Short pass caught by Henry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice one.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Trent McDuffie getting the chance to blitz and finishing it off with his sack.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
And this one is right through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me,
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now throw right side, taken in by the tight end Gray. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Mahomes. Locates Hardman for another catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Throwing now is Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Here now, 2nd and 4. Mahomes to throw once more. His throw incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting him and by him going up and getting it.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 10-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Short pass caught by Henry. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
2nd and 5. Straight ahead at Stevenson. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And they'll run the toss here with Stevenson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. They set up the screen for Stevenson. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Here comes Tony on the return. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City starting a drive, hoping to utilize the speed of that man, Mecole Hardman. Last drive, the touchdown, 4 catches, really good. He was. They were not good on the other side trying to stop him. What do they need to do?
Well, this is where the entire staff has to get involved because we always focus on the defensive coordinator. but he needs help from other people with their eyes and their expertise, and he needs to listen to them. And sometimes you just can't afford to wait on a drive and say, okay, let's get to the sidelines and start over. You need to find a way in the middle of that drive to start taking away what's hurting you.
Yeah, in-series adjustments, and how do you do that?
Well, what you do is you listen to what everyone else is telling you, what they're seeing, the patterns that are developing, and maybe you just start running extra bodies to take away that particular player.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Mahomes going to throw. And this pass caught by Gray. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. New England trying to get a place on offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. It's Stevenson with a run to begin the drive. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Stopped and handed a loss by Willie Gay that time.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Off play action. Jones. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On the draw is Stevenson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, that was a 3rd and long run, and to me, that was just a wave the white flag kind of a situation. Obviously, they don't want to risk the chance of throwing it downfield and risking a turnover in this section of the field.
Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. On the return, it's Tony. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. There's McCole Hardman as he brings this offense onto the field yet again. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
New England on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll set up to throw. Catch is made by Hardman. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Let's go, man.
Mahomes now to throw. That is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Back-to-back incompletions, and what was once a nice drive stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
Butker's kick here is good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Now Jones on 1st down. Now thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Second down at 5. Looking to throw. Jones. Short pass caught by Henry. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Jones able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Here's Bryce Behringer now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, They've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. Yeah, big play there, and when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Throwing, Jones. Got Stevenson again, back-to-back plays. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. A gain there of 21 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Open man, the tight end, Henry. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Jones. Man open left side is Brown. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots have got it back to within a score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Let's roll.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
That'll be caught by Rice. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over. New England's offense set to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Again, it's Stevenson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
No surprise to see Stevenson making that type of a play. People who know him well, unsurprised to see him over 1,000 yards this past season. He's a bruiser who was also 4th among backs with 69 catches. He can do it all in the New England offense.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He's going to let one go deep for Parker. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. First and 10 as this new drive starts. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 23. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Mahomes to throw. That is caught, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Quick slant to Valdez-Scantling. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And again, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. New England trying to get to place on offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Jones under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Jones throwing on 3rd and long. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, How about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To the right side, this is Stevenson. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. 2nd and 10. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Going deep here for Parker. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Patriots have taken a 4th quarter lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Ryland on for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown from Juju Smith-Schuster. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. The Chiefs offense set to go. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 37. 11 yards for number 11. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now it's Mahomes again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Mahomes now to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Rashee Rice.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that gives them a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
Well, this offense hasn't been at their best here. They've made some mistakes. They've been frustrated. They've been largely shut down. But then you look up and say, wait a second, this is a one-score game. So they're still very much in this, and they're on the move here with a first down.
On the counter, it's Stevenson. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded just inside the 20. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down. He's been pretty good with his legs in this game. A really nice gain there. Defensively, they've been okay covering downfield, but you got to account for the quarterback, right?
Yeah, and that's the hardest part because normally when you play 11 on 11, it's truly not 11 on 11. Defensively, you don't account for the quarterback in the run game. You account for everyone else and hope that you can catch him before he gets to the first down marker. But as you noticed, he's been doing it a little bit. This time he saved his best for this run.
Saving one of his best for the 4th quarter. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So the Patriots coming out now.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Throwing Jones. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Meanwhile, Jones' throw complete there to Smith-Schuster.
Nice, well coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Stevenson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's 2nd down. Jones. He'll dump this down to Stevenson. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Jones. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to tie things up in the final minute. And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now 2nd and 4. Mahomes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going, because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
On 3rd down, it's Pacheco.
And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he's stopped right around the 29. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
So it's the Patriots who will have first crack at it as we're back underway here in overtime. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback.
And now out come the Patriots.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. 44 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 5. Jones, first throw of overtime here.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Now Jones. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct, because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
KC's offense ready to take over. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Mahomes' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it. A throw over the middle, taken in, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Rice.
He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. No gain on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Give them the completion. No gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. That's good, the completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down.
No hesitations. They go right back to Kelsey. And Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs first down as he'll be brought down at the 27.
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now here's Mahomes. And that one incomplete as it breaks a string of 8 straight pass completions. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. Here's Mahomes to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run here with Pacheco.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, I go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only 2nd down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for 3rd. Have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's 3rd down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime.
So it's a win for the Chiefs here, and no surprise, it was Patrick Mahomes who really led the charge.
Yeah, he really threw the ball well, didn't he? Well over 300 yards passing, hit on 3 touchdown passes, and he's delivering the ball in rhythm all game long.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Foxborough, good night, everybody.